see if I don't have some pliers. Cut that off. We're going to do the same on the other one, and we're going to put super glue on it, just to make sure that it doesn't come loose. So I'm going to let you sleep while I do this next one. Seems like here lately when you buy stuff on Amazon that the free shipping you paid for doesn't apply to the product, and like this guy, they said it'd be here Sunday, but it wasn't. It was here like maybe Tuesday, and you get a lot of that. You know, they'll tell you to be here on a particular day. It might be a whole week later. They hadn't even shipped it on the day it's supposed to arrive. I don't know if you guys have had experiences like that lately with Amazon, but I sure have. Okay, so I put a little bit of that glue. This stuff says it sticks to polyethylene and polypropylene. So I put a little bit of there and there and on you know, the other places, just to be sure. There's not going to be any real pressure against these things or anything to make them fall off, but I feel better doing something about it anyway. Okay, now then we're going to have to make a thing to hold this against the wall, and I figure that I'll just make it out of a 2x4, and the 2x4 can grip it right there. So I'll go and locate a 2x4 and be right back. Okay, so I cut off this little piece of wood, and I'm going to cut it down here and across that way. I'm going to drill a hole about there to hold the pipe on between those two little desiccant filters, and then I'll put a screw in here and here to hold it together. This piece will be screwed onto a 1x4 that'll screw onto the wall, and hopefully all that will hold the thing up in the air. I hope. Okay, there's the hole in the middle. Clearance holes for the two screws. They should go down just a tiny bit past that line. Now I'll take it over to the bandsaw and cut it off. Well, I was going to use a 1x4, but I saw this piece of plywood laying there looking like it wants to be used. So I'll just cut it down to 2x4 size, and we'll use this. Okay, so this is sort of how it's going to look. It's going to have that pipe between the two desiccant filters running right through the middle, screwed down tight with those screws. These screws are holding the 2x4 on. And I'll put a hole here and a hole here, here and here, and screw it to the wall. Hopefully that'll be good. We'll see. Alright, so that guy's captured on the wall. The other one, the white one, will go down here on these screws down here. The pipe will come out and go in here, come out of here, and come over here. It's just the way I did it. So now I know you turn elbows and stuff and you lose velocity and volume, but it's going to work out. Alright, now I'm going to pipe this thing in. It's going to be pretty simple. Come from there, I'll just go around that thing and come down to about there. I don't have the right cutters for this, but I think that'll do the job good enough. This guy just comes around here and plugs into there. I'm going to hook on over here and run one from here over to here. So let me get enough of this hose loose from here. Well, that's a fair trip there. Let's see here. I think it's just going to come over here. Yeah, that'll do it. I'm going to plug him into here. If I can get coordinated enough to do it. He's plugged in. And we'll come over here like this. And we'll plug him in over here. That down. So we'll put him on there. Now I'll go and get the little pieces that go on the bottom there, and we'll pressure test it before I put any desiccant in it. As you see, it says max water here. This is for a water system, never intended for air, which is why it's got a warning that if you go above 90 pounds, the warranty is void. So we're not going to go above 90 pounds. We've got a relief valve, 90-pound relief valve, just in case you guys forgot. Alright, now I may have to put another couple of holes in there to hold that guy still. Let's see, we're above 90 here. So I'm going to turn the regulator backwards a bit. I'm going to open this valve. This relief valve here should pop off. There he goes. Now, that's the relief valve. That's this guy right here. Air's coming out of him. Oh, and I see why. The gasket's crooked. It's pinched. So every time I change out the desiccant, I'm going to have to be very careful of this O-ring that it doesn't get pinched. Alright, now we're showing less than 90 pounds, maybe 88, something like that. We'll try it one more time. No, this one's leaking here now. So I can see it's going to be a problem making sure that I don't have air leaks. And I can see the gasket, the little O-ring on it is puffed out. I'm sure that helped things. Acoustically tuned it. Alright, the O-ring is back in the right spot. Let's try it again. Let a little air in it, see if it leaks again. I don't know if there's a leak somewhere or not. Sounds like you can hear air going. Yeah. There's a leak somewhere around here. He's right here. There's the leak right there. Alright, I'll have to put water on all the joints and such, but let's take the regulator. You can see the gauge there, and let's run it up to 90 pounds and see if it will open the relief valve. Oh, I think that I'm going to have to turn the thing on. Alright, now we've put the air back in it. It was getting a little low. Let's ease this regulator up to 90 pounds and see if the relief valve will go off. That's just part of the test. I heard it pop once. Went down to 30 before it reset. So there you go. The relief valve works. We can count on this thing not to blow up this time. So I guess I haven't put desiccant in there, but I've got a test for air leaks, so you guys have to just wait a little bit. Alright, as you can see there, I've put desiccant in one of the sides, but I didn't put it in the other. I'm going to run it like that a while, see just how long it takes for it to get wet. And the next time I'll fill both of them up. And let me move you over and show you the regulator. Okay, that's about 85 pounds. If it'll regulate right there without climbing, well, that's where I want it. And looks like it's trying to climb up a tiny bit. I'll turn the regulator down a little bit more. There. That ought to hold it. So I guess we could say this job is a much better success than the last one. Alright, the O-rings that are at the top of these filter holders, housings, there's an unreliable part that will jump out of the groove when you're tightening it if you're not careful. So this one jumped out of the groove and I had to take it off and put it back in. And so I filled it up with desiccant while I was at it. So now we got them both full of desiccant. We'll see just how long is it going to last. Who knows? Let's go see what Bubba's doing.
Well, it seems like Bubba and Cooter got a job working for the local city government there, and so their boss sent them out to the library there. He wanted to find out how tall the flagpole was. So they got there, and they're both standing there looking up at it, and been doing that a little bit. And this woman comes walking up and says, "What are you guys doing?" And Bubba says, "Well," he says, "we're supposed to figure out how tall this flagpole is, but we ain't got no ladder." The lady says, "Well, just a minute, give me that wrench out of your toolbox there." And they hand her a wrench, and she undoes some bolts, lays the flagpole down, takes a tape measure out of their toolbox and measured it. She says 18 foot 6 inches and walks off. Bubba looks at Cooter and he says, Cooter, he says, that's just like a smart aleck woman. He says, we want to know how tall it is, and she tells us how long it is.